And here it is, guys, how's it going? It's me, mikeyperion, and welcome back to our episodes here in the iCraft server, and it's episode 50, and well, we finally did it, and hopefully you guys enjoyed our time lapse. So basically, well, we have built well, beneath this is actually the tallest structure that we could ever build here in Minecraft, because well, we already have reached level 256. Well, this is not actually the first structure that we have built up to level 256. Well, it was actually the statue that we have done during the last episode, which is actually the statue of well, Poseidon. I almost forgot who he is now, but anyhow, so basically, of course, well, we have this massive skyscrapers. So basically, those are the skyscrapers that we have built previously, and well, actually, people are becoming more active building here in our business district. So basically, this one is being done by Dano. So well, he's still it's still work in progress, and that one was actually done by Beaver. I think he's still gonna make some interiors with this building right over here, but I know this is something like a building which is do actually exist in real life, right? But anyhow, so of course, this is our project for this episode. Well, we already have done it, so well, hopefully you guys again enjoy the time lapse. Hopefully though, but well, I know I have some troubles in certain sections for that one, because it's not easy to do a massive build while I mean, recording it, right? But anyhow, of course, there's a lot of efforts, happening around when you're actually recording something for our YouTube channel, right? But anyway, so well, basically, so a couple of changes. From our episodes, should I say? Well, as you can see, we don't have any more face cam, because I think it's not necessary anymore, because, well, I don't really have that much facial expression, I think. But of course, well, I'm not sure if we're gonna keep it this way, that we had out of face cam. But of course, let me know in the comments down below if you want me guys to resume the face cam. But for now, we'll just not gonna deal with face cams. And of course, well, we already have installed Optifine, as you can probably see that, well, we can already add some shaders and fast render. I don't know what that is though. But anyhow, so well, basically, as you can see, we already got Optifine, which is thank you guys. I mean, thank you to the Optifine team, whoever you are. I don't really know who are the people behind Optifine, but well, this is actually a very awesome thing that we have here. But for now, we're not gonna be doing some shaders, because well, it doesn't really give me good FPS. So most likely, of course, just to give you guys a quality video, I think we just need to prioritize having a very good FPS. As you can see, this one is, I think we're still running at around, let us see, what, not that, this one, yeah. Yeah, I mean, 70 FPS, which is not actually bad, right? So, yeah. But anyway, so of course we are going to start our tour. Of course, it's kind of useless if I'm not going to explain to you guys what we have done here. So basically, the theme that we have here is somehow eco-futuristic. So that's actually the theme for our base right over here. Well, by the way, guys, if you're guys new to the channel, and if you haven't, watch our previous episodes. So basically, this is one of our bases. So well, I know I mentioned before that we are going to abandon this project, but I don't really want that, because if we are going to have this undone or not finished, well, it's kind of shame, right? But anyhow, of course, well, we already have done it, and basically this is also gonna be our home. This is also gonna be our bases. So as you can see, we got a new farm right over here, which is, this is actually a record farm, but we're just gonna get into this one later on. Well, I've done this off cam. It's not actually part of our episodes, but well, we already have done it already though. But anyhow, of course, just to start the tour, of course, this is the pathway going around here in the outside of our buildings, and we got here actually a valley. Well, it's something like a rotunda or a roundabout. Well, we call it here in the Philippines rotunda, and I think it's the same term in Spanish. So basically, of course, this is some sort of like a valley. If you have like cars, well, we don't have cars here in Minecraft, but as much as possible, I want to simulate, what we really have in real life, should I say. So basically, we have here a rotunda. So this is something like a first class, facility. That's what we're trying to achieve here. So if we got something like ISO something numbers that I don't really know, well, this could probably, get accredited to those certifications, right? But anyhow, so I know that's a pretty adult thing to say. Well, not not adult green, but something like a very, I don't know, very professional topic, should I say. So in the basement down here, well, this is actually our parking spaces or our basement parking. So as you can see, we got some horses right over here. Well, of course, I mean, horses use a stable, but of course, just to have something, uh, getting more realistic in our gameplay here. We have this some sort of like a parking lot, so we have a couple of parking spots right over here. Well, one thing that I actually regret on doing this is the accessibility. As you can see, we only have one access going to that direction, going to the the main lobby. So probably well, we still need to do some adjustments from time to time in our base right over here. Probably we can add some more accesses going up, so just to increase the accessibility of this place, right? So basically we got here well, this is actually an AFK room. Well, actually we don't need this anymore, but we're just gonna leave this be for the meantime. And of course, this is some sort of like an elevator lobby. Well, I haven't placed a boost here yet. So basically, of course, like we normally do, we have one elevator or one water elevator for going up and one elevator for going down. So basically, we're just gonna use soul sand and as well as some magma blocks for us to do that. So basically, this is some sort of like an elevator lobby, which will actually well, give us an access going to this tower right over here. So this is actually the tallest tower in this compound, and on the other side right over here is actually the probably I should call this some sort of like the botanical building, because well, yeah, so just to start the tour, well, we're just gonna get to that later. So basically, of course, this is the main lobby. Well, this is not done yet. Of course, we still need to make some furnishings around, some more decors, and of course, this is something that I'm actually really proud of, well, making. If you can actually see this pixel art or some sort of like a painting in our ceiling, well, probably you can have some sort of like resemblance of Mona Lisa, right? Well, basically, that's actually my inspiration, or that's actually what I tried to copy on this image on our ceiling right over here, which is actually the face of Mona Lisa. Well, hopefully, somehow, well, let me know if you can actually see the resemblance of Mona Lisa on this picture. Let me know in the comments down below. Well, just let me know if it does actually look like Mona Lisa, right? But anyhow, of course, we also got another entrance right over here, which is actually not part of the gated, because we have some fences and, two gates, one in the front and one in the back. So basically, well, this one is somehow open. So this is actually, a free access going inside our base, right? So yeah, so this is actually one of our lobbies. Well, this is the main lobby. And we got another lobby right over here, which is actually somehow, well, looks spectacular. Well, this is also not yet done. Well, I'm still planning to put some, modern chandeliers on, on the top part right over there. Well, most of the roofs in these lobbies are actually made out of glass. So at least we can actually see, these skyscrapers right over here, and as well as, this, I mean, at least we got like a spectacular view of our skyscrapers from down here, right? But anyhow, of course, we got here also a massive lobby, and of course, our main lobby is right over there. And now I guess it's time to move on one of our facilities right over here. So basically, this facility right over here, well, this is quite isolated though. Well, first thing that we have here is actually this squid farm right over here. So, well, I already have made this squid farm. So, well, this is not the most efficient squid farm. I should have probably placed some signs on these waters, because, well, some of these drowns and some of the cod fishes, as you can see, we got a lot of raw salmons right over here, and we got no, well, I actually already have took some of the squid inks, because I actually have used that in our windows. So yeah, there's still a flaw in this design. But by the way, guys, well, if you haven't watched our episodes before, well, this part right over here is actually a river biome. Well, of course, we cannot spawn the squids without the, if we're not in the river biome, right? So basically, yeah, oops, not that, F debug screen, yeah. So, no, wait, where is that? So basically, we should be, no, this is plains though. River, yeah, there you go. So a part of this is actually a river biome, so that's why we actually have built our squid ink farm right over here. So basically, well, of course, well, ink sacs is actually also kinda really helpful. Although we have also probably could have built Wither Rose farm, but I think this is much better for me though. I mean, I like, I mean, we already have cleared out the rivers in this area, so that's why, well, we can already take advantage of making up squid farm right over here, right? But anyhow, of course, well, I get, yeah, that's on the basement part. So we also got this lobby right over here, and we got this elevator lobby right over here. Well, I haven't placed water here yet though. So what I'm also planning is actually to connect this to the basement, but we have a sort of a problem because we also got the squid farm right over here. If we're actually going to connect it to our, well, our parking lot, our basement parking act is actually on this area right over here, which is only divided by, I guess, 2 blocks away. So I'm not sure on how we can do it, but probably we can just, make an access on that side right over there. It will just go around, and eventually it will, I mean, come to this area right over here. So at least we can actually connect this elevator lobby to our basement parking, right? But anyhow, of course, well, let's just go to the second level. So basically on the second level, this is going to be our horse breeding facility. So basically these two horses are actually really fast. They can actually run up to 15 blocks per second, which is, I think, the fastest these horses can get, right? I mean, of course, it depends on the horse. Not all of the horses have the same speed. They have different speed, but of course, well, I haven't tested it yet, but I assume that these horses are actually 15 blocks per second. I mean, they can run 15 blocks per second. So of course, well, on this area right over here, this is where I'm planning to put up some sort of like a redstone contraption to determine if those horses are actually, or are really running in 15 blocks per second. So basically, I'm just gonna do that off cam probably, and of course, I'm just gonna show you that in one of our episodes. And we got some storage. These fish barrels right over here, where we can actually store some of the things that we needed for horse breeding. Like, for example, of course, we needed some golden apples for us to breed those horses, and as well, of course, some leads, some horse armor, some saddles, and some hay bales if you wanted to feed them, right? Well, yeah. Well, we also need to feed the horses, right? And yes, so basically this is for this level. And on the next 2 levels, well, this is actually our well, this is supposedly leaf farm. So, well, it's also a tree farm, but the main purpose for this farm is actually for the leaves, since we're actually using it for a lot of these type of deal, which is landscaping. I mean, from time to time we also deal with landscaping projects. So basically, this is gonna be our sources for our leaf needs, something like that, right? So basically, this is 2 levels. So on this level, we got oak. Well, this used to be jungle. So from time to time, we can actually change the trees that we can actually plant on each level. So on this upper level right over here is also a leaf farm. Of course, this one is spruce. We're also using a lot of spruce leaves. And on the upper level right over here, well, this is actually this is going to be our kelp farm. So we actually still need another kelp farm because, well, we already have our kelp farm in our main base. So basically, in the city of Hyperion, we already have the kelp farm right over there, but it's not producing much. So basically, we're gonna try to build another one right over here, and of course, probably I'm also gonna do that off cam because, well, this is also gonna be our second time around for us to build a kelp farm, right? So we got a nice, how do I call this? Balcony? No, this is not balcony. Some sort of like a ledge, right? And we got another ledge on the top part right over there. I think it's much faster because we still don't have the elevators though. We got another ledge right over here. So yeah. So, well, this is gonna be some sort of like a lounge. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Well, we don't actually have an exact purpose on this floor right over here. So basically what I'm thinking is just a place to where we can actually relax, since this is actually the topmost floor or some sort of like a penthouse of this building right over here. But yeah, I guess it's also a nice idea for us to have some, I mean, at least a cosmetical part of our base, right? And now, of course, well, before we actually get to our main tower right over here, well, we also have this nice garden on top of our main lobby, basically. So actually beneath this is actually the the painting of Mona Lisa. And on this level, we got this nice garden right over here with some, well, should I say that smaller trees, right? I mean, I didn't actually have some sort of like those, bone millable, if that's a term, bone millable trees. Instead, I just made some custom trees, but instead of using an actual trunk or an actual log, I actually used some of these fences because I think in most of the buildings, I mean, they don't actually have larger trees, right? I mean, they don't have big trees, but most of them are some sort of like at this size or at this proportion. That's what I'm thinking. So basically, well, of course, we're trying to achieve some sort of like an eco-futuristic idea in our base right over here. So, well, as much as possible, I'm trying to plant as many trees as I can. Well, we didn't actually plant it. We just, customize a tree, right? So basically, yeah. So let's get on this tower right over here. So basically, for this tower, we are not going to have all of the floors usable. So some of them will just gonna be some spare floors, but most of them are gonna be usable though. Of course, this is actually from here to the topmost level. Well, I think this is 24 floors, and plus the main lobby that will give us 25 story. So yeah. So on this room right over here, what I'm planning here, well, basically 2 levels. So we're gonna have probably some of the floors here. We're gonna remove it, so at least we can have some sort of like a loft type room. So this area right over here is going to be our social hall. So at least, it's actually adjacent to this garden right over here, and on this area will very conducive for our guests if we're actually trying to throw some events or some social gatherings here in the server. Of course, we can invite people here. Well, actually, after I have finished furnishing our building right over here, I'm also thinking that we could invite other iCrafters to be here, and probably we can organize an event, probably a game of tag, some sort of like that. Well, some sort of like a housewarming event, right? So at least we can have some enjoyable moments here in the server, right? So yeah, so going up, so probably of course these levels are still empty though. And oh, I was looking for this stuff a couple of days ago. By the way, guys, if you're actually curious how long I have built this, well, this actually took me 2 weeks, including the resource gathering. So some of the stuff, probably I also have left some shulkers around here, though. I couldn't remember, well, if I actually have lost a couple of stuff that I cannot actually find. So basically, of course, this is a master place, and I don't know where is where and what is what, right? So basically, of course, probably on this area. So one of the floors that I'm planning to build here is actually some sort of like a planning hall or a planning, or where we can actually do some planning in our projects around the server, right? So yeah, so we'll also gonna have a couple of farms, probably some dye farms. We can also have like a concrete converter facility in this building right over here, and some of those micro farms we can also build on this building right over here. So yeah, so we're actually trying to what level are we already though? So on this section right over here, we also got this ledge right over here. Well, yeah, I'm thinking that probably this is the best area for us to do the storage area. At least, well, like I mentioned before, that we are having a lot of problems. Having our storage area all over, because currently we have the city of Hyperion, and this is actually our second base. And well, we used to also have planned to make the biodome our base, right? But we still need to have some sort of like a storage area here. Well, it's not going to be an automated storage system, but of course we still need to have some place here where we can actually place some items. Well, just a couple of items, probably some sand, some building materials, like those gravel, those concrete, and as well as probably some stones, of course. Well, basically those stuff. So those basic building stuff that we can actually store in this area. So at least if we're actually making some projects somewhere in the server, we can actually just fly going here. We can just land here, and then we can just grab them, and then we can just go out and then jump and fly again, right? So I think that will make our lives much easier. I think so, right? But anyhow, of course, I guess, of course, well, probably on the next couple of floors, it will just be the same. But the most interesting part, of course, well, we have to get back. Well, not to the topmost, though. Well, this area right over here. So, this one is going to be our personal residence. So what I'm thinking is that, of course, in most of our builds, like for example in the city of Hyperion, we have our personal residence, right? Well, I already have made this. Well, I'm actually planning this to make like infinity pool, but somehow I didn't have. I don't know on how to adjust this water to this level right over here, because if we're going to have some slabs here, it will actually, I don't know. We can actually convert it to slabs though. Well, I'm just gonna do that off cam if that's actually feasible. But well, the idea here is now we already got this infinity pool on the topmost section of our building, right? So yeah, so this is going to be our personal residence, and I think that's it for the tour. What on the stuff that we have accomplished here. So basically, let's just get back to this. Well, this is used to be our old building. So yeah, so this will remain, and probably some of the floors I will still fill this some farms probably. Well, we already got our sheep farm right over here, so probably on the top part of that we're gonna have the auto shearing of those sheep. Well, some sort of like a sheep farm with auto shearing, system, right? And of course, we got the cow farm and probably some farms that we could actually think of. We can actually build it on this facility right over here, or on this building right over here. So yeah, so let me just show you guys our record shop. So no, not actually a record shop. Well, we're about to go to the record shop, but before we actually gonna get there, of course, I also want to show you guys this record farm. So basically, this is actually producing this record. So some of the discs that we have actually farmed here, I already have brought it in our shop in the business district. So basically, of course, we got like a creeper farm on the top part right over there, and yeah. So now I guess just to wrap up everything, and yeah, Luki is actually also in the server. So just to wrap up everything, probably it's the best if we're gonna go to the business district, basically just to show you guys our record shop, I think. So let's get over there. So well, we're actually done with the tour, so hopefully you have enjoyed our tour in our base right over here. So let's get our horse. Well, I think this horse. Yeah, this is actually a main problem right over here though. We don't have an access going inside because we got some horses there, but they don't have any saddle. So because I brought the two fastest horse in our breeding facilities, but of course soon enough I'm also gonna start breeding those horses. Well, it's not really easy to breed those horses, especially if we're actually looking for the fastest horse, because it's not automatically will give you for example, you have two horses which has the 15 bps speed. It doesn't automatically give you the new horse or a baby horse which also has the same speed, but hopefully that will actually increase the chance for us to breed some more of the most of these fastest horse, right? So basically we also got this gate right over here. So this is actually a modular piston door, so it's a 5x4, so basically 4 height, 5 wide, but this is actually can extend up to infinity, right? So if you haven't watched my video about the modular piston door, you can also watch that, right? But anyhow, so let's get to the business district. Well, I should have flied though, but I still feel like dang it, you cannot see the bottom. So we also got a gate here, but this is actually also the bottom part of our modular piston door. We just don't have the the 2 blocks on the upper level, but this is also modular piston door, right? But anyhow, of course, we have built this bridge a long time ago. By the way, we already have been 1 year in our season, so basically I think, well, probably I'm not sure when we are going to move to another season. So yeah, but as much as possible, we're gonna try to finish everything for the remaining couple of episodes. Hopefully we can still reach up to probably episode 70 probably. So yeah, so this is actually a record shop, but well, we have a parking lot on the podium section right over there, but well, this is actually a record store. Well, I think Beeves and Lins already have bought something, but I already took the diamonds from our shop though. And this is actually a record shop. I just want to show you guys, of course, what we have accomplished here, what we have have here, something new. And also we also got a nice view of our city right over here, or our base. But anyhow, so I guess, well, I guess I've got nothing else to say for this episode. But of course, well, thank you for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please leave a comment, please leave a like, and make sure to subscribe, of course, to me, to Mikey Perion. And well, I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.